There is something off with Erika Kirk. What she is wearing seems a bit inappropriate to mourn your husband, who was literally taken out for the entire world to see. This woman is not grieving anything. She skipped straight to acceptance. This is most definitely PR, and they're using your grief for marketing. And the fact that Charlie Kirk's assassination is still being covered up, she is still walking around with the same security from September 10th, saying she's so excited for the new content that she'll be releasing. Isn't it strange how a widow stepped into the CEO role? She did 3 speeches already, one at a stadium. Charlie's family didn't even speak, and she's selling t-shirts, and is already hosting her husband's podcast, now doing an all-American halftime show with performers. She's not even home with her 2 young children who just lost their dad, not to mention how they're still trying to cover up her ties in Romania.
You'd best get ready for this one, since it recently got viral on the internet and is becoming wilder by the minute. Charlie's terrible tragedy has put social media on fire, and many people are no longer holding back. As mentioned, Joe thinks it's really odd how the authorities have been handling everything. He's suggesting that the storyline just doesn't make sense, and that there are too many numerous questions that remain unresolved. But it doesn't stop there. Joe is not only questioning law enforcement, he is placing the blame on Erika, saying that since Charlie passed away, she has been distant. Some claim that she has been avoiding Charlie's family and hasn't been completely honest about what goes on behind closed doors at Turning Point. Individuals using the internet are rediscussing Joe's theory that Erika may have lied to Charlie's parents about what actually happened at Turning Point. He added that just weeks prior to a big business deal with billionaire Larry Ellison, Charlie had claimed to have been shut off from some company initiatives. Joe claimed that there were notable distinctions in terms of propaganda and political ties. According to Joe, the most absurd part is that everyone ought to be aware of this. You have no notion if you previously believed that my husband's mission was strong. You have no idea what you have just unleashed on this entire nation. You don't know. You are unaware of the fire you have kindled inside this wife. That disagreements arose about implementing a Proyance agenda that Charlie purportedly wanted to give up. These days, the internet is split between those who are speaking the truth and those who are keeping secrets. This drama is just going to get bigger, so settle in. The investigation into Charlie's situation has divided the entire internet. People are always at odds over how everything is being handled, and the fights are fierce. One group believes that the government is doing its job, asserting that progress is being made and that the full truth will soon be discovered. They think the case is being handled properly at every stage. However, they are harshly criticizing it, their occupation, music, applause music. They argue that instead of telling the truth, officials are spreading misinformation, generating confusion, and keeping people in the dark. On social media, there are numerous debates, theories, and supporting information that run counter to the official narratives. In the interim, many are conducting their own study because they think the public should have clarity. Independent journalists, bloggers, and internet producers have raced in to try to piece together screenshots and interviews. With every new post, the mystery deepens, making it impossible to tell what is genuine. Music. What started out as a simple question has now gone viral online, and everyone is trying to figure out what the reality is. Indeed, precisely. Online investigators are out in full force, and leading the way is Candace Owens. She was more than just an online voice. She was Charlie's close friend and a member of the Turning Point crew. When she spoke, people paid attention. Candace quickly notified the authorities, stating that their version of events was absurd. She directly refuted the official story. Specifically, the claim that Tyler Robinson had turned himself in after being spotted on television, by saying that she completely melts into him after they exchange polite kisses. It transcends the arms that surround him, and her head just melts onto his shoulder. You'll also notice that his conduct has changed, since he taps her on the arm at first when she cuddles him. But when he notices that she isn't letting go, he likewise clings to her. As a result, we are now friendly and comforting instead of professional. Additionally, we notice the expression we usually see when someone is being embraced, when he is holding to her. The teeth are sort of exposed. According to Candace, too many of the story was wholly false and some of its elements didn't match the reality. There is no instability with Tyler Robinson. After making a confession, she added, like many of the other things we've been told, the entire tale that the media has been promoting is untrue. It is also utterly fictitious that his father turned him in. Her post immediately went viral overnight. Screenshots were posted everywhere, and hashtags gained popularity. Since Candace, who was knowledgeable about the situation, was bringing this up, supporters started to contend that maybe the public hadn't been given the complete truth. People began re-examining after that. Every official story, every interview, every video, and the internet have all altered since then. Tyler Robinson is still adamant about his innocence. He says he has never even been to the UVU campus, according to recent sources. As stated by his family and Google team, there isn't any verified footage or evidence that he was present. The only image that has been released to the public so far is a fuzzy one that his family claims is not of him. They assert that he has never exhibited any unsettling thoughts or behaviors. This was reaffirmed by Candace Owens, who asserted that the official story is false. She stated that the only true component may be that he had a valid registration for the rifle in question. As we celebrate Charlie's birthday today and present him with this incredible Presidential Medal of Freedom, I'm crying and feeling humbled. We are all reminded by his tale that although living freely is the greatest gift, dying free is the greatest victory. The public's trust in the official narrative began to decline when her comments went viral. Finding Charlie, the perfect birthday present, has taken me 7.5 years, and it's quite challenging for those of you who have spouses or other loved ones. Everything else has been completely falsified, including the timeline and motivation. Internet users started to question why there was no clear evidence or video available, why the updates seemed inconsistent, and why the situation seemed so unclear. Online investigators looked over each video, post, and timeline, and the deeper they dug, the odd everything seemed. Nowadays, a lot of people wonder if the story is being distorted or if the authorities were mistaken. Because of Candace's reluctance and Tyler's persistence, this encounter has turned into one of the year's most confusing and talked about incidents. However, the officials are not the only ones that face criticism. Erika, Charlie's wife, is currently making headlines as well. Users of the internet have been closely since then. She has been watching her every move and giving her the sidelong glance. She might have had some non-personal ties to Charlie's line of work, according to rumors that soon spread. It all began when social media users started praising Erika as a significant figure in Charlie's life and claiming that her rise inside his social circle was almost too coincidence. Before long, people were deleting old photos, films, and interviews from events in an effort to find signs that there might have been further activity occurring behind the scenes. Then, a few days after Charlie's passing, she gave the speech without feeling nostalgic or emotional. People said her tone sounded odd, too controlled, and too polished, as if she were communicating rather than expressing grief. Comments like that didn't sound like morning-flooded timelines. The replies were overwhelming. It sounded like a declaration. Admirers started analyzing her actions, pauses, and facial expressions. She looked anxious. Some said she seemed Others claimed that although there was a problem with it, everyone did agree on one point. At this point, things becoming even more disorganized. As if that weren't dramatic enough, there were rumors that the board may have been pressured to name Erika CEO by major Turning Point sponsors and contributors. There were rumors that some people thought the decision was a little too simple and that there was pressure to move quickly. Everything truly took off with the arrival of the Monument. Videos showed Erika walking onto the platform with total control, poise, and viewers couldn't help but note how the cameras followed her everywhere, as if she had become the event area. Her embrace with the president, however, was what set the internet apart. The video went viral right away. They watched it over and over again, analyzing every second. Some claimed it seemed too familiar, while others felt it was merely a polite gesture of deference. Comments on that video, such as "what's actually happening here" and "why did it look so personal," flooded social media. In a matter of hours, the scene, which was meant to be became viral. One expected the memorial to become a massive mystery on the internet. When even body language specialists started to comment, things really started to become interesting. Erika and the president seemed a little too comfortable on that stage after saying that. By highlighting their easy stance and eye contact, one expert went viral. He went so far as to say that it might not have been their first time savoring such a moment. As the video went viral, people couldn't stop studying it on YouTube, X, and TikTok. And just when it seemed like everything would calm down, Erika made yet another surprising move. She returned on Charlie's own program less than 2 weeks following his passing. The internet took off. Fans were shocked and wondered why she had made a swift comeback to the spotlight. Others claimed that she was making an effort to show Charlie respect. Some thought she was trying to steer the conversation. The comment sections filled up fast. Her tone, remarks, and even her facial expressions caused controversy. Was she there to control the story or to aid in the healing of the community? Nobody could concur. The claims that she was a crucial player role in Charlie's life made a spectacular comeback. Before anyone could gather themselves, another twist surfaced on the internet. Calm down. An additional twist surfaced on the internet. He asserted that if everything had been done properly, all of the sensitive material would have stayed secret until the proceedings. Instead, leaks started to show up everywhere. Joe went on. He then suggested that investigators might already be aware of the disaster's actual cause, but they haven't disclosed it to the public. The video of his tirade immediately went viral, garnering millions of views overnight, and some started to argue that a high-ranking official might be protecting powerful interests while the public is swamped with diversions. Endlessly. Did Joe have insider knowledge? Or was he just speculating? Either way, his comments turned a controversial subject into a full-fledged media storm that is still raging. But here's the thing. Joe went one step further and said that there might be international connections connected to the whole situation. Fans raced to figure out who or what he meant by that one statement, which sparked a social media frenzy. Then Joe delivered a bigger shock. He hinted that Erika might know more about the whole situation than she is disclosing. Joe says there might be some truth to the claims that she is a strategic insider. He talked about how Erika's family first met Charlie and how allegedly had where are Charlie's parents. Joe asked, pointing out that no one had dared to speak out loud and that their voices had been noticeably absent from all interviews and public events. Some people said that the last section felt way too soon, while others raised an eyebrow. The difficult question was whether they wanted to stay silent, or if someone was keeping them out of the spotlight. Online users began to wonder if there was more to the story, something deeper or something that hadn't been revealed yet. As Joe continued to speak, the chatter grew louder, and everyone began to wonder who was actually in charge of the backstage operations. When Joe started talking about what happened at Charlie's memorial, he didn't hold back. And this part really got people talking. He pointed out that Erika received the most attention and took center stage during the ceremony. Charlie's parents seemed to be almost invisible, but she was followed by cameras, and her comments and answers made the news headlines. Seemed to have changed around her. Joe said that whenever Charlie is mentioned these days, the focus instantly shifts. 2. Erika seemed to have assumed the role of spokesperson for everything related to his name when the president gave Charlie the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Erika was the first to accept it, which was the moment that really made viewers stop and think. But she didn't invite his parents, who were supposedly there, to go on stage with her. Joe asked directly, why weren't they included? Well, it's a fair question. The incident was captured on camera, leaving viewers confused as to why Erika had gotten more attention than Charlie's own family. Now, it makes sense. Charlie's parents have remained silent despite interviews, public comments, and podcasts. Joe even went so far as to say that she has been concealing information from them about the true nature of Turning Point America. Fans of the entire situation have asked, is she trying to protect the company, or is there more to this silence than anyone understands? After that, Joe went even further, exploring the financial conversations and power struggles that occur behind the scenes. He claimed that there have been questionable activities, such as board votes, donations, and clandestine plans to revive a political message that Charlie allegedly wanted to abandon before his death. As stated by Joe wanted the group to stick to its original goal of empowering young people, regardless of their political affiliation. But he says that since Erika took over, the course seems to have completely changed. He also said that Erika's sudden promotion to CEO wasn't a coincidence, and that major sponsors who respected her approach and connections may have had a significant influence. Then Joe said something even more. He asserted that Charlie's incident was timed to coincide with some major engineered business deals involving billionaire Larry Ellison. He didn't make any specific accusations, but he said that the timing and relationships were too good to ignore. The internet went crazy. Theoretical comment sections claimed that Erika has been whether that's true or not. Joe's account turned this mystery into a contentious debate about money, power, and who really controls things when the cameras stop rolling. Joe ended with a final shocking realization. In influential circles, every action is seen, every decision is monitored, and he wasn't making any direct accusations. But he hinted that some of Charlie's friends might have also experienced that kind of pressure. He continued by saying that when unverified rumors about her employment overseas began to circulate, some online forums equated Erika's actions with those of someone who carefully plans every step. Even though none of the reports, the most peculiar thing is that the same people who once called Candace Owens crazy for questioning the official narrative are now echoing her exact opinions. Suddenly, everything she said months ago is popular again. But she hasn't received a single public apology. So the question still stands. Is Erika, as Joe Rogan suggested, really hiding things from Charlie's parents? Or is there a more important story that hasn't been revealed yet? Tell me what you think in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a deeper look. Tales, similar, Tothis.